In this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to solo Consus Cave. In Consus Cave, there are plenty of really weak mobs because this is a newbie dungeon. And I would not recommend if you're under the level of 5 to aggro them all at once. But since I'm level 105, it's going to be okay. I'll be able to aggro all of the Consus Cave mobs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to aggro pretty much every single Consus Cave mob here. And then we're going to eat their pumpkins. All of their pumpkins. So after you aggro the mobs, you're going to proceed in ripping blading their face and then proceeding with a spinny attack. This spinny attack should piss off the mobs enough to where they die a horrible, painful, fiery death. Alright, once you have defeated all of the shacks, you may proceed into the first boss room of Consus Cave and go kill the boss in the face. Now, just like any boss, the secret to killing a boss is walking in the boss room backwards. But before that, I have to watch this mob run away because of the sheer power of everything I'm about to do. So you see the boss over there, right? The secret to killing this boss is actually to take off all of your armor. By taking off all of your armor, the boss will then think that you are weak, and it will run away from you, and you will win the fight. So all you have to do is just take off your armor, and just to show I'm naked, there you go. Bam! Naked Hater Slayer. So, I will proceed in walking backwards into this boss fight. Let's see how that goes. Okay, now that I've walked backwards, and the boss knows that I am there, I'm going to turn around, and the boss is going to just stand there. Now that the boss is right in front of me, I'm just going to hit it one time, and I'll walk away like the bigger man. The boss will then let out a hit, whoop, and then die. Now that the boss is dead, he leaves behind a giant treasure chest. The reason the boss died is because it ran out of batteries. We won the staring contest. So you will then open the chest and find that it has a bunch of really shiny things that we don't even want. So we're going to carry on. Now, the defense cannons have been activated, but since you're naked, they will not hurt you. They will just proceed to die, just like the boss did. This robot can be granted with a spinny attack, because in Consus Cave, mobs can't actually kill you. So we're going to carry on. And by spinning around, it makes it so the mobs can't actually hit you because they're afraid that your sword will penetrate them. So we're just going to carry on, and we're going to find some more robots and a bunch of assassins and stupid guard things. But since we're naked, they're not going to attack us because they're afraid that we're going to touch them inappropriately. Which, might I add, is not a bad idea. If you want to clear this dungeon quickly, you can proceed in touching them inappropriately. Okay, we can carry on now. Okay, now you'll see the two brothers of that guy whose ass we usually kick in Iron Fang Fortress. They're actually quite mad. So what you want to do is you want to step in between them and have them kill each other. But I almost messed up. You have to walk in backwards. Because walking in backwards to any boss fight makes them think that you're not really skilled, when really, after you walk in backwards, you walk forward a little bit so they hit each other. And they die. So, now that they died, they drop a pretty nice chest. And inside that chest, oh, you know, it's more useless items because this is a level 5 dungeon. So we're going to carry on. We're going to actually take a look at all the meat that's on the table. I think they were getting ready for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. Yep, but we're going to carry on. Is that a fish's head? No, it is not. Okay. So now we're looking at a defense cannon that's oddly placed. But since we're naked, the defense cannon will die. Now we're going to proceed and just crescent waving this giant until it dies. Now that the giant is dead, you can teabag its corpse and jump before you get exploded. Yep. So that guy died. Eh. Carry on. A lot of people will say Consus Cave is a hard dungeon, but with a little experience, you can actually beat the dungeon. It just takes a little time. See, this guy is sleeping. He's not really sleeping. He's going to run up and attack, but he's going to get up too fast and he's just going to die. That's what you get for being fat. So please exercise, people, because really standing in front of the computer or sitting in front of the computer is actually not very good for you. It could really mess with your circulation and you might die a horrible, painful death. Okay, now these bosses, the same as before, you actually want to run in the middle of them and have them attack each other, but there's a trick to it. Since there's 3 of them, your body isn't large enough to piss them all off at once. So what you want to do is you want to summon your dragon, and your dragon can go in and attack. And then once your dragon goes into attack, they'll all try hitting the dragon. And while your dragon dies a horrible, painful death, they'll also die a horrible, painful death because they hit each other. So we're going to carry on, and we're going to summon our dragon. Boink! And have our dragon attack. Now that the dragon died, you'll notice that they all hurt each other. And they all died. And suddenly a chest appears out of nowhere in the middle of the room. Now that my dragon is dead, I can't really ride my dragon to get the spoils. So I'm just going to open up the chest, look what it's inside, and then accidentally hit the F button again and get a bunch of useless items. As you know, Consus Cave is a very low-level dungeon, and any item that drops in there is pretty much useless. So we're going to continue. These are the best mobs, because they pretty much kill themselves. Like, look at this. They kill themselves. I'm so happy about this. Bink. Look at them. They're hurting me. They're so destructive and biologically explosive. But since you're naked, they don't attack naked people. Remember that. They do not kill naked people. Heart attack. Heart attack. So yeah, when you go to soloing Consus Cave, you got to put into account that a lot of the mobs, they're not very healthy, so making them run a lot will make them die a horrible, painful death, or they'll blow themselves up. Look at them blow themselves up. They're so cute. Roller coaster. Look at them blow themselves up. It's so amusing. Okay, but la 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 la. Alright, now we're on to the next boss. Or I'll die. Beautiful. Up, up, up. I did not die. Ha 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 ha. So now, the good news is, since I'm not dead, all I have to do to evade this situation is turn into a mage. So since I'm a mage, I can just do mage things. And now that I'm a mage, I can fly the fuck out of here. Weep, weep. And then I turn back into a guardian. Because normal players can do that, they just don't know how. And now I got super speed. So super speed is what you'll need for this boss. Because this boss is a bitch. His name is Gyros. And he does Gyros things. He's actually the last boss in Consus Cave. The trick is you got to run around him a lot, so he like spins around and such. And once he gets tired of spinning, he'll die a horrible, painful death. So you gotta attack him once. Oh, now he's pissed. Now he's even more pissed. And remember, you have to be naked throughout this whole dungeon because if you're not, then he'll kill you in the face. Right? Okay, so after you're done running around him and he's dizzy, run backwards. Because running backwards will make him even more dizzy because he's fucking stupid. And now, you just attack him once and he dies. See? He's dead. And inside of this chest, you'll find even more useless crap that you don't need. See? Like this. You don't need that. You really don't need any of this, to be honest. It's all junk. It's because it's Consus Cave. Now that you went through Consus Cave, you can go ahead and go back and do go back things, right? Yep. And that's how you do Consus Cave. Now that you know, you don't have to be reminded how to. Yeah. So, yeah, when you're about level 5, you should be able to do this dungeon pretty full. The only thing that I would recommend you not doing is jumping into the water. Because the water will probably kill you in the face. Other than that, you should be fine. I didn't really have a problem. There are some broken ledges that I would stay away from because it might hurt you. But as far as like dungeon wise, Consus Cave is actually pretty easy. The dragon at the end, just remember, you just gotta run around it a lot of times and he'll die a horrible, painful death. Because when fatigue gets to somebody, ooh, that's a lot of gold. When fatigue gets to somebody, they die. It's really quite straightforward. And that's how you do Consus Cave, really. I mean, there's not much to it. Let's see, watch. Fatigue, right here. See? He missed. And now he's getting tired. He's coughing and he died. Right, Consus Cave. And that is all.